Hey, we're live, everybody. Welcome to Midnight's Edge Espanol. My name is Polly with Latino Slant, Midnight's Edge Espanol. We're here with Fletcher and Lily. Introduce yourselves, guys.
Well, hola, soy Fletcher de Midnight Session Español. Acá estamos con Polly y Lily y vamos a ver el último capítulo de Zorro. ¿Verdad, Lily?
Hi,
Lily.
everybody. I'm Lily, también de Midnight Touch Español. Y sí, vamos a ver la última, the last episode of Zorro. So we have something really special for you guys today. So tune in for all of our thoughts.
Lily, what have you been doing this past week on the channel? You've been putting stuff up.
Yes, I believe the last couple of shorts that I had were just addressing the award shows and Latinos that are included in the award shows, and the little issues that I've been kind of seeing that are a pattern in those award shows. And also the big news that there's probably not going to be a season 2 of She-Hulk, and I know that's going to be a big old tragedy for a lot of people. So yeah.
Nice. Okay, we can catch a new short from Lily every day. You can even put on the captions if you don't understand the Espanol and watch in English. Fletcher, we have a watch party link in the chat. Tell people what's up. Come join us.
En lo que pueden esperar, en el link arriba del chat, pueden ver que hay un link. Ese link te va a llevar a Amazon. Si tienes Amazon Prime, vas a poder ver con nosotros el show. Si no hablas español, está bien. If you don't speak Spanish, what you could do is just put on the captions. Pero si hablas español, le vas a tener que poner, si estás en Norteamérica, le vas a tener que poner el guión en español, porque a veces te manda al de inglés si estás en Norteamérica.
Okay, so if you guys want to watch it with us, the link is pinned in the chat right now. Get into the watch party. I'm going to start it in about 30 seconds. Okay, guys? In 30 seconds, we're going to start the final episode of 10. It is called, what is it called? The 3 Funeral Mask Dance. Oh, my. Let me get like a quick one-liner thoughts from you guys, because you guys have seen all 9 episodes, and so have I. Quick thoughts, really quick. Don't ruin it too much for our audience, and begin.
Go, Lily.
Lily's always first.
Oh my gosh, without ruining it. You know what? There are a lot of good things to say about this TV show. I am enjoying a lot of the acting from different people. I think that it was cast very well. And I'm enjoying part of the storylines. And yeah, I don't want to start off with anything negative. But yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Fletcher.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of good things about the show. Mainly the Diego, he was cast perfectly. I think he is awesome in the show. Also, May in the show was a surprise for me. She was amazing, and I heard she does a lot of Spanish work also. And Bernardo was amazing. Those 3 to me sold the show. That if you can bottle them up and whatever you did in that thing, that was amazing. Those 3 to me were the show. I was like, whoa, these guys are awesome. Whenever they're together, it's magic.
Okay, that's great. Let's not go into anymore. We're gonna. What's that? Lily, you say something? Okay.
No.
All right. Let's begin now. The show. Some people really fast that are here. The show was surprisingly good. Cool. Stick around for our after we watch this episode. We're going to talk about it and talk about the entire season as well. Penny's here. Come join us, Penny. Lombardi, come and join us. Dungeon. Shoko. Hey.
Oh, Penny.
And your Muslim uncle for $1.99. Orale from LA. Orale. And anyone that's here from Midnight's Edge, get on over right now. I'm going to pin this here. And are we ready to start, Lily and Fletcher?
See.
Okay, here we go. Let me know if you guys can hear it.
I don't know what's going on with my Prime.
Well, I
Yeah, it's
paused
got
it.
sound on mine.
You got sound on yours?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
For some reason, mine is still thinking I can't see anything.
Well, you can always join ours. Our watch party.
At least too cool for our watch party.
Yeah. What's up, JS?
Yeah, I'm on the link, but for some reason, it's like not loading. Okay, can you try it? No.
Okay, here we go.
Dun dun dun. God, he's such a creep. This chick is evil.
Where I killed the priest.
Half the flock.
I have to say, Enrique, the captain here, he's been incredible too.
Yeah, I actually like his character too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like between a rock and a hard place.
Well, he's got a great conflict throughout the whole season. But you like him. Ooh, such a creeper. They casted that guy really good.
O Pedro, pra gente que quer falar português, vai ter que ser outra stream. Esta é em espanhol. Mas obrigado por assistir. Lily, you're supposed to wear that hat today. And that vest.
Oh, I know. I was supposed to show up like her today.
Such a good twist. Boo. Boo.
Dude's indestructible. Didn't he just get shot last night?
Who did?
Zorro.
Oh yeah.
In the back.
Yeah.
She got stabbed. Well, you know, May's healing powers.
Well, the mom shot him though, no?
Yeah.
The mom got shot?
The mom
No,
shot
the mom
No,
shot
the mom.
Diego
No, the mom stabbed him in the back.
and shot him.
No. What does it matter? Because the point is he's wounded, but he's there. Guys,
The point is that May is an
Details.
amazing killer.
Right? She needs more of that soup.
okay, we just skipped the intro. You guys are
No,
welcome
he
to
really
join
is
us
super.
in the watch party. Please join us. Link is there in the chat. We're watching.
Love how homeboy can't say yes. You can only say oui, but he speaks Spanish.
Yes, and he can't say thank you. He always says merci.
Yeah. Merci.
I get a feeling Fletcher is not kind to the French. Just a feeling.
Oh, never. Never to the French. My wife loves France too much. That's why. Don't raise your hands. Don't do that. Don't be dancing. She's over here dancing every time I mention the French.
There you go.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Third.
What?
Mm. That's not suspicious at all.
No, that's not suspicious at all.
Conveniently attacked.
Yeah, I got some objections. Shoot.
What?
No le importa.
It makes sense. I'll tell you why later. But love. She's awesome. Mm.
Mm.
Wow. Mines. Yep. Everyone wants those mines. It's global now. Oh.
Dale, vieja. Por supuesto, mentirosa.
Higher.
Creeper.
They don't even look alike. That's because they have blue eyes. Oh, horsey.
Yeah, tornado.
Well,
that's the other one. That's
so
another star of the
beautiful.
show. He's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, the captain horse is good too. That white horse, the stallion that he has, man, that thing is beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
They did a great job on the horses.
Yeah, they really did.
Look at that. It's just boom, 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 boom. So elegant. He knows it too. It's like the horse got swagger.
He does.
Yep. That's a great shot too.
Caballo está como, si soy guapo y qué.
Okay, why are they like letting him just roll on up?
Porque tiene un caballo guapo. Handsome horse,
Yeah.
you get everywhere.
You're just joining us. Watch party's going on. The link is in the chat.
Yeah,
Come and watch it with
that
us.
horse has so much swagger.
Yeah, the horse got swagger. You got to let him in. It's like, dude, I'm sorry. I know we're supposed to shoot you on sight, but your horse got swagger. We just let you in, man.
There you go.
This makes no sense.
Hey, Lord Thoth. Hey, Michael. Hey, JS. Hey, Pedro. Good to have all you guys in the chat. Come join us in the Amazon Prime watch party. We're watching the last episode of the new season of Zorro.
Is this a dream sequence?
His costume is so good too.
Wait, what's going on?
I have no clue. Oh, it's a costume party.
Sorry, it's my dog.
The dog knows the horse got swagger.
No, she's just an idiot.
Oh,
did I say that? She's annoying this morning. She's very annoying this morning. Okay, let me pay attention.
What? What's happening? He's so handsome. I think it might be like a dream sequence, right? Or
no, I think this is a costume party, and he showed up in costume, and they were like, "Oh, this is in poor taste."
Oh my gosh!
Oh, because he's supposed to kill him. Remember?
Yeah.
Right. He's supposed
That's
to kill
the thing.
the
He's supposed to go there and kill him.
Or what?
Okay.
He's doing this on purpose.
You want to get hit. I love how Diego, even after he takes off his mask, his hair's still perfect.
Yeah. Because he's got the swagger too.
Yeah. Come on, bro. I got to get you by yourself so I can kill you. Fake kill you, I guess, probably, right?
Well, it's Don Diego working a strategy. Let's see. He hasn't failed us yet. Let's see what's up. Because I don't know what's going on. The hell's Don Diego doing?
Maybe they're going to do those weird flashbacks like they did in the other episodes.
Well, remember, it's called a 3 funeral mass dance. What does that mean? 3 people are going to die?
música de tensión creciente.
Man, why does her hair look so bad?
So clearly,
right,
this is a diversion.
Got their hair up. And the funny thing is, she should have her hair up because now she's married, and when you marry, your hair goes up.
I wasn't aware of this.
Yeah, you can't have historical, things happen. Mess with her tough tomboy image.
Oh. Wait. Oh. Nice. Huh. Where's the doctor? Why isn't the doctor there? He should have been there already.
Wasn't he off or something, sick or something from last
somewhere
time?
with a broken arm?
Yeah, because the other girl was the one, the doctor, last time. I like how Diego's like, yeah, my bad, bro.
Clifton 3D asks, so is this show any good? It's very good. There's some problems with it, but on the whole, very good. We'll discuss after. Thanks for being here, Clifton.
What's up, Clifton?
What? That's right, because I wanted your husband dead. Ta-ta-ta. I love how homegirl in the back, she got stabbed in the shoulder in the last episode, but now she's wearing a low-cut dress. Oh, so they blinded him?
He got narined. I hate that when I come home and there's a knife and a note right on my front porch, man. Don't you guys hate that?
I don't know. I kind of look forward to it because then you get a knife every time.
That's true. Get the arsenal.
Nice. At least their hat game is strong in this show. Everybody's hat is on fleek.
Yes.
Well, her hat's more appropriate in this episode right now, too.
Yeah. ¿Cómo te atreves venir? Tan, tan, tan.
It's hysterical after priest. Oh. Dun, dun, dun.
It's funny because I can't help but think of the Scooby-Doo scene, you know, when they take their masks off, you know?
Wait, hold on,
Wouldn't gotten away with it.
I think all the horses in the show are beautiful too.
Yeah, they did a great job with the questions.
Yeah, he not dead.
Yeah. Eso, todos van al cuartel.
Ooh, last dance. Boo.
Por California.
We're gonna kill you, man.
Of course, the chick can't shoot. I can't.
Get it, Enrique.
Of course. Plot twist.
Love Enrique. This one needs to die. Look at her.
What? So he knew this whole time?
It's hilarious.
So is he gonna? He can't kill her. He can't kill Lolita's mom.
Dang.
Nice. Ooh.
Oh.
Little horsey. Ooh, nice.
Oh my gosh. I can't. Come on, man.
What a coward. Leave your home, girl. Leave it. That's the first chola leaving the other chola in California.
Of course, she can beat Zorro.
That wasn't Zorro. Nice. Oh, nice.
That's messed up.
That's
Oh my gosh, I can't believe they did that.
good move. Because it couldn't have been him. Couldn't have been Enrique. It had to be her.
Yeah, but that's wow.
Couldn't have been anyone else. That's why he wasn't really fighting her, man.
Nah,
He was
I don't buy it.
Oh. Don Diego would never purposely kill Lucia. He would have taken her out
But
right
Lucia
away.
would never best him. That's the thing.
You gotta understand, that's not the dramatic element going on, dude.
Well, no, but I mean, come on. We'll get into it after.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, forget her, man. May's much better. Unless Lolita can cook ribs, then I can understand.
If you guys are hanging with us, we have the watch party going on. You can join us anytime. And stick around for our post discussion on the entire season of Zorro. Ooh, nice. Right, because the dad didn't know what he was talking about. Oh no, he didn't. Yep. Ooh.
Wow.
Here, take your robe. Mm. Mhm.
Yay, May.
Yeah, I love her. I was hoping she'd be more of the fighting crew with them, you know? Martial arts.
No, she's just a feminine woman.
Yes. Keep her like that. That's nice. Capucha.
That's cute.
She's so cute, man. And there's that whole plot line with her that hasn't been revisited, but probably will be if there's a season 2. Oh, that's what I was saying. There we go. Chinatown. It's one building.
I love how they don't count anything; they just weigh it.
Weigh it, yeah.
May's like, no confia.
Yeah, I don't trust that. That dude slipped me into sex slavery. I love this music. Oh, Nalene in the pit for a month.
Yeah, superhero landing.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. You ain't Zorro. I didn't say Zorro. I'm Zorro. Get it through your head. I'm Zorro. You the snake. Ooh.
Serpiente roja.
That alliance. Yeah. Hey. Excuse me.
Oh, the Red CGI Serpent. Fox is back.
He did his best, Fletcher.
He did his best. I was waiting for some Naruto or something to happen, you know, like Zorro Naruto.
Was this a character in Zorro before, or did they just make it up for her?
Red Serpent?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll look it up. I know there's many, there's quite a few female Zorros since the 30s.
Why did they keep the Pepsi symbol on her face?
Okay. Nalene has her little story wrapped up for now. I gotta tell you, this guy's really good.
Yeah, it was surprising.
Right?
I was like expecting him not to be so good, but he's been amazing.
Yeah, I'm trying to hold my enthusiasm for this guy. I don't know what's going on with my dogs. Dang it. I'll be right back.
Okay.
The dogs are dogging out.
The dogs are dogging. Hasta el final. Yeah. We got another unusual looking dress. No, I don't want to talk to you. All right. I don't want to talk to you either. I got Meg looking all cute. Bernardo.
I guess
got family.
I guess she wasn't in on the plot, I guess, so she's mad.
She's mad that, so they're just going off to New
They had
York.
to
I
make
guess
it
it must be a part 2 then, right? Because isn't that like the Russian ship?
What about his new half brother or something?
Who knows? I mean, they built up that part. I guess it must be like trying to cliffhanger it. It's the only thing I can think of.
Oh, okay. No wonder he told the fox he'd be back.
Oh, so Bernardo's then? Well, he's in danger then.
No, Zorro in the woods. Remember, he told the little fox spirit, he's like, "I'll be back."
What did I miss? Dang it!
Well, I think he's leaving Bernardo behind.
Apparently, Diego has some business he has to attend to, but Bernardo has to stay behind to take care of the hacienda.
Yeah, he's got to watch over the estate and make sure that Suarez and Weirdo Boy don't kill everybody.
The chemistry between them three is the best. It's my favorite.
Yeah. Oh, finally the Russian chick is back.
What?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
What happens, brother?
I can't. I'm waiting for Beyonce's song to play after the credits.
What?
Like who run the world? Girls. Who run the world? Just translated into Spanish.
With the Californios?
Yeah.
Broke her out?
Becky G should do it. It's like
there's never enough army dudes. There's such the stormtroopers of Zorro.
Jeez.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Why is she?
So
Russians in the Californios.
you know what the real crime is? They're using sherry wine, to drink red wine.
New York, 2 months later.
Oh, dun, dun, dun.
Oh, my dog is just.
I think you can probably hear it more than we can because it's honestly not bothering me.
Yeah, we can't hear it as much.
Doesn't matter. It's in my ear.
Oh.
It goes right into my brain. Okay.
Love it. May having fun. Dang. Man, homeboy doesn't want to negotiate.
Doesn't even want to meet him. He's at the hotel. Burn the hotel down.
Yeah. Which is kind
I
of
want my railroad. I want my mines.
Oh, okay. This is why he's here.
Nice.
I'm Batman.
I'm not at the hotel. Very Batman scene there.
No.
It is.
That's half the budget
cool.
right there.
I wouldn't expect an urban setting like that. Zorro in New York. That's right. Hysterical.
It's gonna get a pizza and a bagel after this. Zorro.
Cliffhanger.
Nice.
Do I need to see the funerals? Did I really miss anything here when he's talking to his dad?
No.
Do you mind if I watch it again for a minute?
On the funeral part?
Well, when he's talking at Tombstone to his dad, I feel this is when I had to leave.
No, I mean he was basically telling him I didn't have to, I didn't become Zorro because of what happened to you or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a little monologue scene and deep acting, crying. I don't know. What do you think, Lily?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think it was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because you caught us when we were talking about the little fox spirit.
Yeah.
Like he was on his way to New York. That's why he told the fox in the woods, like, "Oh, I'll be back."
Yeah. It was a lot of slow, kind of like, hey, this is a deep moment kind of scene. So there wasn't much talking. It's not like it had to push the story forward.
It's him finding out that he's.
Oh, I didn't see this. Okay. This was her last scene?
Hold on.
I'm going to watch this one. Charlie, enough.
Oh my gosh, that really is an ugly dress for the governor's wife.
Yeah, but at least she has like a dress on, no vest and top
The
hat.
ugly hat.
Like a clown, man. The entire show. Ugh. Okay, we get it, dude. She turned her back. Okay. All right.
She's big mad.
Last Cuervo Nocturno. Oh, watch over. All right. He's back. Fletcher's back. Back again. All right. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Who in the chat has seen this show? Because we're gonna talk spoilers. Let's put up a banner. If you don't want to hear spoilers, now's the time to step away for a minute. But what we'll do, give us your non-spoilers reaction of this episode. Let's start with Lily.
This episode? Or like the whole show?
No, this episode.
Oh, this episode. I don't know. It had some really cool scenes, but I'm just not too sure I like where this is heading. I want to see what I definitely want a season 2 though, because I mean this is a new idea. This is probably Zorro retold differently. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here that I didn't really care a lot for. I'll get into it at the spoiler section.
All right, and Fletcher?
Yeah, I agree. I think it'd be nice if we get like a little bit more Diego, May, and Bernardo. I'm all for a season 2. If we get more of
I want to know what you thought of this episode. Non-spoiler, this episode, guys.
This episode, I think it was a little bit lackluster for me. I think it had a lot of like open-ended questions in a sense, and there was a lot of inconsistency as far as the plot. I think they would have cleared it up more if they have a little bit more exposition in this one. It felt really rushed to me. It felt like they had to clear all this stuff up. It's almost like it felt like it should have been a 12 season series, and they were like, nah, we just got to wrap it up in this one. And I felt it was, because all this stuff with the herencia, I thought that was, it felt that it went a little slow. And then it was like, oh no, now it's like we're gonna wrap up the Bear Clan, but we don't. But we got to wrap up Nali's part. It's like a lot of things felt a little rushed. So to me, I felt like it was a little discombobulated and trying to, like fix loose ends, but not really, because then they're like, oh, this is cliffhanger time. So I felt like it's more coming. It's more coming. It kind of felt like maybe either make the episode a little bit longer or. I don't know. To me, it felt a little because we this was 9 episodes to get to this one, and then it felt a little rushed to me. I mean, in my taste, I felt very rushed.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's talk about how you guys felt about the entire season. You can spoil away. Let's go. Let's hear from you guys. Zorro season 1, 10 episodes.
Zorro season 1. Man, it's because there was so much I really did enjoy about this show. I really like the chemistry between Diego, Bernardo, and May. And I think that's where they should have focused this first season with, instead of trying to put so much. Like, I get it. They want to make it entertaining. There has to be a lot of conflict. But I felt like it was too much all over the place. And I feel like I wanted more Zorro, and instead I got more of this and more of that and more of all of these other things. And I mean, I like the story so far. I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. It's a lot of women. All the women are the ones that are pulling all the strings. All the women are the ones that are doing all these things. Like, I'm sorry, I don't like that. It's very hard for me to understand that in this time period, women would have this much going on like this. I don't know. It was a lot.
Yeah.
Fletcher?
Yeah, I agree. I think it just became all the, like the men are kind of stupid, the ladies are running everything. And then it became kind of so prevalent that the part of the mystery kind of went away because you're kind of like, but of course is going to be the mom. But of course the sister's more intelligent than, so it just became like, yeah, of course at the end, the two main protagonists, or well, like three, or the main villains are all the ladies, and of course they're gonna best Zorro. So it just became kind of like once you kind of know what they were getting at, it just felt like you knew what it was going. Once you get like a whiff of it, it just boom and ran all the way. And yeah, the treatment of the guy characters was really bad. Um, so it's like if they could just put a Diego, May, and Bernardo in a show and have them like solve crimes throughout like California, this show would be like the number one show in the world. Not only in Spain or Latin America, it would be the number one show in the world. I will guarantee it. I would put it in the back. This would be like bigger than Reacher because man, they got so much good stuff in it. The actors, the chemistry that they have going on, it's so good. They could have, man, they just could have done so. I guess that's the part that hurts more because you're kind of going, oh my gosh, this would have been, I mean, the best thing to come out of Latin cinema, TV or something in a long time, and they just went with no, the message. So it's like, oh, so it hurts. That's what I guess is more than anything. It did hurt.
Okay, what else?
Well, I think the sets kind of and the color grew on me. At first it was a little bit shocking, but then it kind of grew on me. The different color palettes and stuff like that. It does ring through kind of to the intro. They've used those color palettes all throughout. So once you get used to it, that first threw me off. Then I got used to it. I got used to the way that it looks and the way it behaved. It did kind of throw me off a little bit. I think in episode what was it? I think it's episode 7 and 8 or something, where they start using this whole we're gonna tell the storyline that's happening in the newspaper, but we're not gonna read it. We're gonna act it out, you know. And I was like, whoa, what is this? It kind of really threw me off of the show. It's like, what are we doing? Especially because later on you're kind of going like when he enters the mansion in his Zorro suit. Now you're kind of feeling like, is this for real? Is this something that the newspaper is doing? So I felt like they introduced a new technique of telling the story within the show, and then they kind of left it alone. It was just for like a couple of episodes. So I was a little bit surprised with that because you're introducing a brand new way of telling it, through the newspaper. That I thought that was good. Is a good way to do exposition, but then it was left alone. So I was like, okay, maybe they should have started it earlier and then kind of moved it along, and that way we expect it. And that could have been a great, like what do they call those? The narrators that you can't trust in a story. Because you're kind of feeling like, okay, what is this? Because the newspaper is telling it a different way, so you're kind of introduced to a character that's always lying to you, and then that builds a little bit of mystery because you're like, who's telling the truth, right? And which story am I watching? So I thought that if they were going to introduce that, they should have kept introducing it, but introducing it kind of like midway into the season and then taking it out, I was like a little jarred by it. So that didn't do it for me. I don't know. What about you guys? Did that kind of threw you off too?
Yeah, it threw me off too. Well, I want to know what Polly thinks because he's asked us, but he hasn't said what he thinks about it.
Yeah, what do you think, Polly?
No, that cinematic device didn't throw me off at all. I actually thought it was wonderful in that episode called The Myth. But let me tell you guys my biggest problems with it. In a season that I actually find very entertaining, very enjoyable. I recommend it. The first half, obviously, more than the second half, so people can be a little warned. But it doesn't ruin it for me. And I'm in the last 2 episodes were actually better than was it 5 through 7, 5, 6, and 7. But that being said, I was always entertained. It's just that some points really threw me off. The biggest problem I had with Lolita was that it was a completely modern take on this woman, on this character. It's terrible. From her introduction into the series, where she's on the roof fixing the roof. she's got her arms out. There's no way she would be on the roof. Maybe she would be telling her, the subordinates or the workers there, like, she's it's a strange character because she's trying to establish that she's so independent and so strong woman, but she's gonna get married. So I had a lot of problems with that character. What made it a little more tolerable is the fact that Renata's so good looking. Seriously. A moment that really took me out is she had an argument with her father, and the father was completely embarrassed of how she's been acting in public, and you're so rude at dinner. She talks back. He slaps her. She immediately grabs a rifle, points at him, and shoots him, or shoots at him on purpose, misses him, and says, "I love you, you're my father, but if you ever hit me again, I'll kill you." What the hell was that? What was all that? So it bothered me. It took me out of that. It took me out of almost out of that episode because I was totally rolling my eyes, really disappointed with the fact that they injected it. It says to me that Renata, who is probably the biggest name in this cast, I mean, she's got what, 5 million followers. I mean, she's huge. She probably said yes to this project, but they had to interject some wham stuff, or else she wouldn't do it. And that's my feeling with that character, because all the other characters that you guys were talking about, the Russian, the mom, the Madrid, the other California, yes, they're women, but they're all bad people. Like, they're villains. I like that. There are men and females who were villains. I like that. I liked all of that. Did they wrap it up towards the end? It was okay. It wasn't great, which speaks to my other problem, but let me finish up with Renata. I do think her moments with Enrique are well. She has some good moments with Don Diego. So all's not lost with her character. There are some likable moments with her. It's just there was a couple of these ridiculous modern moments that were just like, no, this is totally out of place, and it takes you out of the 1800s and the whole what's being established, and the fact that this is Zorro's show. It's not your show. And there's one more awful moment that I'm going to bring up. She's getting married. Her mom gives her wedding dress, right? It's her wedding dress, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the mom's wedding dress.
It's a mom's wedding dress. This is the big deal. This is beautiful. And she accepts it. Well, on the day of her wedding, she's kidnapped in her wedding dress, and she manages to escape Zorro's cave. Okay, whatever. I don't have a problem with that. She goes back to her house, and she's getting attacked by the female Zorro, the Nalin, and she's got to defend her house, whatever. So she goes and grabs her rifles. I don't have a problem with that. It's established her father taught her to shoot. They got that thing, blah, blah, blah. But then she looks at her dress and she's like, obviously, like, I can't. Hold on, everyone. I got to rip this dress apart so I can really go kick ass. Garbage. That was just, it was just, and the fact that it's her mom's dress. Well, again, some, and those are my really, thank God it's not about her. Again, that being said, it didn't ruin it. There's some good action. There's a lot of good action. I want to get to the idea of all these characters. You guys, there's too much character. There's too much women. I'd have no problem with that. What I had a problem with is the storytelling of who's the villain at what point, what's going on. You have some great establishing characters. You didn't need to bring in these other, the villains are all right, but they weren't needed in the first season. You had the governor. What a great villain he was. And I thought it was a bullshit way of killing him off. That bugged me, because I'm like, that's where this whole first season should be all about. It's Zorro year one, right? That's like Batman year one. This is Zorro year one. I get that Don Diego's kind of just clumsy at times, trying to figure things out, and he's got a lot on his plate. That I really like. It's like we have too many good villains here, guys. May establish them here and there. Now that I look at it, probably the way they established the mom, or Cecilia Suarez and the Creepo character, that was pretty well done. And they're going to be in part 2, and Vanderveen. But these other characters, especially the Californios, you had the governor. It's like you had these four elements going on. Okay, the governor, who represents Mexico, and in the unit there, you had the Californios. You had the mestizos, the general population of the people, and then you had the indigenous. That's a lot right there. Year one, that should just been that, and Don Diego coming into Zorro with Bernardo and Mei Ling. I mean, I thought that the Mei Ling and the Asian stuff worked really well. I think anything else, it was just it was a little too much, and you could see it in the writing. They were just kind of like Fletcher said. They rushed to wrap everything up. I'm glad they didn't wrap it up with Vanderveen and the Cecilia character, because some things, that's the next part. And that was kind of cool. The mom escaping, the California mom, she's proven to be a really good actor, real menace. And you saw that a little bit established at the beginning of the first few episodes. But that being said, in the first half of the season were, like, for me, 8.5s out of 10. The worst episodes were like 7. Renata was like definitely a flatliner for me. It picked up a little bit towards the end, but a very solid first season. Some great moment, a lot of great moments, guys. A lot of entertaining moments. I want to say one last thing in regards to Nalin. I thought at first, for the few we were talking about this, me and Lil, is like, man, Naleen's just like annoying. She's just playing this one color the entire time. And it really wasn't until the last few episodes that when her vulnerability opened up, and it's like when she was captured is when she was interesting.
But
I liked her. I loved the entire indigenous connection. I thought that was very interesting. And then that she's going to become Red Serpent. Fantastic. Yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, it's because I agree with everything you said about Lolita's character, but with Naleen, the problem that I saw with her is that she failed up. She did all of these horrible things in the name of Zorro, and that's totally not what Zorro's about. She murdered people, innocent people, and she gets rewarded with being Red Serpent, and all of a sudden, all of those crimes just go away.
Yeah.
Why? And so when she has that final showdown with Zorro, he doesn't even really beat her. She gives up because she sees the fox spirit in his eyes. Why couldn't he beat her fairly?
What part?
The part where they're having their last showdown to the death, supposedly, where she's about to kill him, but she stops because she sees the fox spirit reflected in his eye. And she's like, "Oh, you really are Zorro." So she stops, and then they put her in that pit. So she failed up. All of those things, all of her crimes, just they went away. They went away.
Yeah.
Now she's Red Serpent. Now she's gonna help him, even though she murdered all those people and did all those terrible things.
I mean, yeah, I think it works. That works for me.
That doesn't work for me.
I didn't have
in
a problem.
The real world. Do you think that would happen if I went and committed a bunch of crimes and somebody would?
This is not the real world. Come on.
And if I told them, "Oh yeah, sorry, I did that in the name of revenge for my brother that was killed," and okay, yeah, let's make you a president of something. Well, I guess it does happen in the real world. Just kidding.
This is Zorro. I think I had no problem with it. I
had a problem with that
because her whole motive.
It's not the first time. It's not the first time that happens, though. Like this has happened with other female characters, and it keeps happening. That's why we have an issue with it.
Zorro.
There's no consequences.
We're not talking about other female characters.
Bad.
Okay, for me.
No, but that's what I'm.
Okay. Okay. I think there's a delay.
No,
so
but that's the point that I'm trying to make.
And then I'll talk. Go ahead.
Oh no, that's why I'm trying to bring it up, because it's a pattern and it's a trend that we've seen. It's not that I didn't like her character, whatever. No, I think Naleen could really work, and she's shown that she could do a lot of really cool things. But this is a character I've already seen, that she's already done all these horrible things, and then she gets rewarded for it. That was totally. I've seen this before. So like, give me something new with the female characters. I don't have issues with female characters, but like, write them better.
I'll give you that with Lolita. The Naleen character, I found it ended up to be fascinating, and I love the way there was forgiveness there, and a chance, that Don Diego was all about. I think it was very interesting, and it worked for me. Because also too of what Naleen and the indigenous population represented, it's like they were revolting all the time. That if you want to say real world, that happened every single year in early California. So that was great. So who's innocent here? I don't know. I mean, to me, it all played within the myth of all this. What's going on in early California is that there was a lot of instability, a lot of shit moving around, but all these people were taking advantage of the indigenous population. It was right on. And I actually started to like her, but okay, to write better stories in general. Listen, compared to what Lily's saying, and then you compare to Disney and all that stuff, this is written way better than a lot of that crap. I just think that the agenda did start creeping in there, and it's like it didn't need it at all. But I think we're just going to go back and forth here, so no one's going to agree. What else do we got?
Well, it does seem like they set it up for a season 2. I don't know if a season 2 has been. Anything that I've looked so far doesn't show me that.
Mm-hmm.
It is not receiving that much. I mean, a lot of audience seem to like this show, and it's half and half with critics. I know that in Argentina they just did kind of like a bad review on its main La Nación over there, and they really panned the show. So,
okay.
but
what was the main?
Since it's still new,
the main problem?
The main problem, like it's everybody loves Diego. He's a rising star throughout Latin America. I mean, dude is on fire. His last series did great. I mean, for a dude to have 6 billion people following him, that's
billion?
Amazing. Million people.
Oh,
like 6. He's got like 6 million followers just on Instagram, and that's for a guy. Usually girls get that. Actors,
right? That's
no, but this guy is like, yeah, he's blowing it out, and he just came out of a very successful TV show over there. So they agree that he is amazing to see. What they kind of panned it on is a lot of the stereotypical tropes, and the heavy-handedness of the show for certain messages, and they also didn't like a lot of the plot twist and the direction, the movement, and the switching off of styles. They thought that gave them a little bit of too much of a jarring, and they really panned it. I think they gave it like 2 out of 5 or something like that. So, and that's so far all I've seen. There's not that much, I don't know how much reach it has because I'm not sure exactly where they're showing it.
Well, in Prime,
right?
It's,
so I'm saying if it's anywhere else
in its top 10, I believe. Let me see where it's at. But Lily, it seems that people are digging it. You think that if there's a season 2 called, what would you like to see? Like what would be your like notes? It's like, all right, I want this, I want that, I don't want that, I don't want that.
For them to focus on not so many stories. They had so much going on. See, this is the thing. I might not have had an issue with Nalin and Lolita and the mom and the other lady that was once Alejandro's love interest, or the Russian lady, if they hadn't put them all in one season. It seemed too
that we're agreeing
much.
on. Absolutely.
If that's why
because you also had the male villains.
Yeah,
the governor.
Yeah, you had the guys, but see, they killed off the governor way too fast. He was a great character. He should have been your main. He should have been. See, this is what I would have liked. I would have liked for them to have left the governor as the main threat for everyone. I do like that Nalin was very upset that she wasn't Zorro because she felt like she was next in line. I get it. I would have liked for that to have been like the secondary threat at first. And I wish that they hadn't done the whole thing with the Bear Clan in this season. They should have left it as Diego, Bernardo, May teaming up to try and figure out who all of these people are. And it's just like Batman to me too. Like, why do all these people know that he's Zorro now? Like, keep it a secret.
That's funny.
I mean, now everyone knows. So, like, what's
too many people know?
Yeah,
like, I never want to see you again. But your secret's safe with me.
So yeah, I think they should have just kept the governor as the initial threat to everyone. Then I can understand why Nalin was doing all the things she's doing because he's always antagonizing her people. So I get it. But it starts to get overwhelming when you have all of these other characters that are also trying to antagonize Diego, and they also happen to be female. It's like, really, dude? Like, come on. They should have left the reveal of the Bear Clan and set up the mom to be this like evil mastermind, blah, 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 and that the Russian lady's helping her in season 2. And then we get that guy in New York too. That would have been your second season. That's why I feel like it overwhelmed me, because I'm like, oh my gosh. So literally, like, all the women are just all the masterminds, but the governor's now dead. So's Lolita's dad. Alejandro's dead. Like, all the guys are just there, like, whatever. But I do like that they actually gave what's his name? Lolita's husband.
Enrique.
I like his character too, that he's, very
Fantastic.
justice, and he tries to carry out the law and all that stuff too, that they kept him like very heroic too. And yeah, there were parts of it that I didn't enjoy. It's very beautifully shot. A lot of the action scenes are really great. I love the cast that they got. It was just way too much for one season, and that's what overwhelmed me. That's why I didn't like all of these characters altogether. And then the one that actually was really evil, you get rid of in like episode 4 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Fletcher.
Yeah, I mean, I think what I would do is I would concentrate on.
Yeah, if they hired you as you're going in and show running season 2, Fletcher Williams, showrunner.
Yeah, I would definitely just grab the main storyline, change them up. Now this has become a procedural detective show with Bernardo, May, and Zorro basically solving crimes in each episode. Maybe a standard, okay, we got to solve this mystery of the gold mines in the background. But the main thing was them each episode resolves in itself with a little thread in the background of like a larger looming episode that gets resolved at the end, maybe with the railroads. You have the Chinese suppression, you have the indigenous suppression, and just use your side characters. Pick one villain, maybe the brother and the stepbrother now working against them, and just keep it kind of like a linear, easy to digest storyline, one villain, and have them solved little injustices along the way. So make it more like a Zorro A team, and that's what I would do. All the other side characters, they're too much focus on. Half of the show is on them, and you're like, what? We don't really want all that. It's like it feels like a bunch of pet projects. So I would definitely keep it simple. You can have recurring characters, but just concentrate on Zorro, May, and Bernardo. The show would be like number 1 in the world, guaranteed. Guarantee.
Well, that being said, it's still it looks to be pretty popular based on, like you were saying, on the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm looking at different reviews. One critic out of Argentina, as you said, without a doubt, Bernardo's presence is the highlight of the series. That's obviously just one line there. And we've seen a lot of different. Let me see. Let's see this one. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of good reviews, and then there's some bad reviews. I'm looking here at the Rotten Tomatoes. People just, putting this on.
Yeah.
Some people are saying the storyline was ridiculous. The acting is subpar, as well as the directing, just a waste of time and money. I don't think it's a waste.
It's funny because the user ratings in Mexico are like the wildest ones. Is like from 10 to like 1s. There's no even like 2s or 3s. It's like the extreme 10s and 1s.
That's
like
exactly what I'm seeing
really
here.
Loved it or really hated it.
It's either half a 1 or a 1 or 5s. Like,
yeah,
that's what I'm seeing here, guys. From audience reviews, I swear to God, I'm looking at 5s or ones, which is fine. Okay. I would go with with those recommendations of so what do we season 2 we're getting Zorro in New York. I definitely go Zorro Does America, the show.
Zorro Does America. That's what I'm talking about.
I definitely would go with your Zorro, Bernardo, and May. That team, like you said, I would lean on that. And then pick one main villain and stay with them. Almost let the Californios leave for one season.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's interesting enough. I think the ethnic makeup of what they presented was pretty spot on. I'd looked some stuff up. Interesting enough, it was the Spanish Mexican population was the biggest, followed by the French, then indigenous, then there was maybe, swear to God, one or two blacks, Chinese, and no gringos at that point. I think as timeline goes on, you're going to start seeing these different elements come in. So I think that's why the Banderas one was so interesting, because it was like, what, 20 years later? So you had the American presence there. So with season 2, I would definitely lean into him having adventures, figuring out the Vanderveen. I don't like. I think the Lolita character. Yeah, I just don't. I don't see the point in it. You know, he's made up his mind. He's Batman. Only if she's in peril, and you know they're not going to put her in peril, right?
No.
That's the thing with
well, if she's in peril, she's going to get herself out of it. You know.
Yeah, don't worry. She'll save herself.
No, I don't want any of that shit. You know, it's Zorro story. So, yeah, it'd be kind of cool if they spend a couple of, like, after they figure out the New York, then it'd be kind of cool where he goes across back America to California. That'd be kind of crazy. I don't know.
Zorro road trip.
Zorro road. Hey, but yeah, they gotta chill out on all the evil villains. There's just almost too many. And if there are, make them kind of more provincial, where they're just bandits who show up and beat up a prostitute. So here comes Zorro. But you know what I mean? It's more episodic. Like every episode, you have a different one. See you next time. Then occasionally, but yeah, I think exactly what Lily was saying is that you can. Nalene is digestible, but then you have Lolita, then you have now Lucia, then the Russian woman. You know, it's almost as if May and Miss Sophie, the doctor's assistant who wrote the articles. Remember her?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She was great.
She was in just 2 episodes, wasn't she? She was
in one big episode, but you saw her as the assistant in a lot of them. Like she didn't speak.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked that. I don't know. She was way more likable, way more interesting.
Well, and it's because that's the thing. Like, not like, yes, there are very cool, strong, independent women, but not all of us are like that. Not all of us need to be like that. That's why I appreciate that May was like, oh no, I can cook for you guys and I can clean, and she's there to be supportive, and she's there to, you know, tend to Diego when he comes home all wounded and stuff. That's her way of being a strong female. She's taking care of the house, she's taking care of him,
Right.
she's taking care of freaking Zorro. And the same thing with I'm gonna call her a nurse, the nurse that's helping the doctor. That's her profession too. She's smart enough to know how to give Nalin that thing to make her look like she was dead. I
Yeah.
mean, she was a
Loudon.
clever woman.
Yeah.
She helped Zorro with all those things. She was able to come up with those stories. And not once did she have to lift a sword or get in anyone's face, or that was her strength,
Yeah.
was being
Mhm.
intellectually strong. So that's the
Yeah.
thing, is that they threw too many at us that I was like, oh my gosh, of course
Yeah.
this lady is this, and of course it is, of course, like,
Right.
you
So you
know.
didn't
and,
like it
and
that she was the writer.
yeah, and then I get it with what's her name? The Alejandro's ex-lover, whatever. I get it. That does happen. And I get that she's really upset and she's angry, and but okay, put that in like season 2 maybe, so that you don't have her overlapping with all of these other people. And at least with her, she has her quote unquote son doing all of her dirty work for her. So she doesn't have to lift a finger. But yeah, it was just not all of them have to be the same. Like, oh my goodness. And Lolita, if they would just, I don't know, tone her down a little bit, I wouldn't have an issue
Yeah.
there. I like that she can shoot, that her dad taught her how to shoot and everything, but like, man, she went off the rails when she threatened her dad. I was like, girl,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what? And I like
Yeah.
that she's defending her house and she's defending her property, because she's capable of doing that. But also, yeah, no, I mean, she didn't have to save herself. She could have. I don't know. It was a lot. It was a lot to digest, and that's why I had an issue with it. Not necessarily that, oh my gosh, all we get are like females. It's just like, really, this was a lot to digest. I wish that they would have different roles for all the women too, instead of just always the same cookie cutter. You got to be strong. You have to save yourself. You can't let anyone help you. You have to
Well,
be the strongest, the
okay,
smartest.
just pushing back on that a little bit. They did acknowledge, those characters did acknowledge that Zorro saved him several times.
No,
one?
yeah. I mean,
I'm not saying you're wrong, but you know, a few times she was saved by Zorro, and she acknowledged that. But I hear you. I'm
well,
not listen.
because
I'm not
she had to. I mean, he obviously took her out of Nalin's way when she was about to stab her or whatever. I mean, there's no way she
Yeah.
could ignore that and be like, "Oh no, I saved myself," because no, he obviously did.
Listen, I just the whole dad thing was just terrible. But also too, like, she's walking around like that, just bare armed, beautiful woman. I mean, she would be. It's just not accepted, and it was just an odd choice fashion to put her in these things. It was like, why is she in this kind of this evening style vest that's all shiny, and she's working on the ranch? If you want her working on her ranch with her parents, put her in like, make her froppy look, you know what I mean, like working clothes. Does that make sense?
Yeah, even
Yeah.
Diego, looked, like historically accurate. He would, have his vest. He has, even when he was at home, he had that long, shirt was this frilly and stuff,
Yeah.
and it's like, she's like, well, it felt like they brought her in from a different decade and she's like a time traveler or something. It's like, I'm gonna create my own fashion.
Yeah, it was just, it's
Yes,
almost like
and
it looked.
then I noticed that I thought that at least she was in a skirt with her vest. They're actually pants.
They're pants.
Yeah,
No, they're
Yeah,
pants.
they're pants.
they're
I thought it was.
skirts.
That's what I'm saying. She
I
looked like
was
she
like,
was
what the
in the
heck?
circus. It's
And
like
then
if
it's
you're
so
gonna
weird.
go,
Oh no, sorry. I was just gonna say, and then it's so weird because yeah, you're right. In that time period, like, why are you dressing like that? And then she's the daughter of very wealthy people. Like, don't you think her mom would be like, excuse me, no, you have to present
yeah.
yourself in a certain way because of society and what are they gonna say about you and blah 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 blah. Like,
Well, it's
I don't know.
okay. It's a half-assed idea. Like if you're gonna make her a tomboy and this and that, then she's not gonna be wearing those clothes,
No, she would be
showing off
dressed
her
like Diego in the big
she
old
dr-
in the big
or
old billowy shirts and work
or or
clothes.
or like like the work clothes, the like her ranch hands. She'd be like that, and I actually wouldn't have a problem with that because there were a lot of pioneering women, men and women at that time, regardless if she was um, wealthy or not. Now, if we're going with the mom, and the mom hounded her, then again, see, it's not a well fleshed out what they're doing with that because she's so tomboy and independent, she's not going to be engaged. She's not going to want to get married to anyone. Do you understand?
Yeah. Yes,
Uh,
because they didn't take her. I see what you're saying. Like you can't have it both ways.
Can't have
You
it
can't
both.
have her a strong, independent woman, and then, but she does want to get married. Like, yeah, that
Right.
is really.
If anything, it would have really cool. She's like she leaves the family and she goes does her own thing. But that's not Zorro, and that's not within the within this family of Californios. I think if anything, she'll find ways to be a little independent, but she's staying in the system that system of caste that she's in. I think her way of being independent would be like being thoughtful to the workers there, to the pobres, to the indigenous. That's way more at that time, way more rebellious than this
Yeah,
modern,
for
because that's
sure.
what the problem is.
For sure.
Um,
Like,
mhm,
and that was just weird to me too that her storyline, they actually made her get married so quickly because
mm,
for sure she's still in love with Diego. So now what are they gonna do? They just make her look like a bad woman because she's can't be faithful to her husband because she kissed him while she was engaged and then all of a sudden
right.
she's married but she's still in love with Diego. Like, how are they gonna wrap that up? Or I mean, is what's his name? Montessario? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And I call him
Like
Enrique,
like
the captain.
like is he gonna die and then they're gonna be together? Is he gonna like notice that they're in love with each other and then give up? And like that just seems so weird to me that she would get married. I the way that they did her character, I wish that she would have realized her feelings that she still had for Diego and been like, you know what? I need to process all this stuff. There's way too much going on right now for me to just get married. But I need
Yeah, I
to
was surprised.
be away from both of you.
I was surprised the
That
love triangle ended so quickly.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, I can't argue that, and that just goes back to really the lack of vision of this character, of that female character. And it was distracting. Every time she came back on, tell me that you're like, oh, okay, what's gonna happen now? So when there was like a decent scene, you're like, oh, okay, thank God.
But
You
no,
know,
yeah, you're right. Her being more rebellious is her showing that instead of just being in her little ball gown, sitting pretty, having tea, that she's out working with the ranch hands and she's out helping them do all these things. And for her parents to actually have an issue with it and be like, "What are you doing? Like this isn't your job. Like we're rich. Why are you doing all of these things you're not supposed to be doing?" And I mean, she was doing them already anyway. She was helping them do all the other stuff. So why not lean into her character that way instead of, yeah, yeah. Every time she came on the screen, I was like, oh, Lolita, don't do it. Don't do
Yeah.
it.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. We know what you guys didn't like. We got what could be for the second season. As a whole, season 1, how would you rate it out of 10? Would you recommend it? And yeah, let's start with Miss Lily.
I mean, overall, I did enjoy it. I agree with what you said earlier that you were entertained. I was absolutely entertained the whole time, and I was like, okay, now what's gonna happen? Now what's gonna happen? I really enjoyed the action. I loved all of that stuff. So I would say overall maybe like like 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
7 more.
Okay, 6.8.
Yeah, 6.8, 6.5.
6.5 some episodes.
Yeah. But I mean the main storyline I really did enjoy. The way that they gave us a different take on Zorro. I really enjoyed those 3 characters, Bernardo, Diego, and May. They're excellent and they really need to lean into their chemistry. You can really tell that these 3 work really well together and they need to be on screen more often than they have been.
Yeah.
Let me put a pin on that. Remind me after Fletcher, after you give your rating, remind me to bring up May again and season 1 again. Okay. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess for me, the whole season, I think it would be more like also a 3 or 4. I was taken out of the whole thing really early. A lot of the mixed styles kind of took me out. Once they started with the, just the disrespecting, I guess, the male characters to sideline them for the more super powerful women characters, then I was just kind of out of it. The blatant kind of weird native amalgamation thing, the Chinese, like kind of racist portrayal, I guess, and the black portrayal, I guess it was like, man, it was just like it was rough. So for me, I guess yeah, it was more like a 3. I'm just like, if I could fast forward only to the May, Diego, and Bernardo scenes, then it would be like a 10. Uh, but the show as in a whole, I was like, I couldn't take it. There's so many things that were just, I couldn't even handle that. It was just so many tropes, that was so bad for me. It was like, oh, this trope, this trope. So I was like, I was done with it. Yeah, I would say a 3.
3 out of 10.
3 out of 10.
Okay. Giving this a 7 out of 10. Highly enjoyable. A lot of good action. A lot of great characters. There's obviously some problems with it. With some of these characters and this kind of interweaving, but ultimately the Lolita character is just a really bad one. I liked all the tropes. I think stereotypes work for a reason, especially with this type of kind of serial action adventure. I had a lot of fun with that. I don't look to Zorro to historically be accurate in regards to depictions of Indians, blacks, Asians, or even themselves, as far as Californios and all that weird stuff. So yeah, mine's 7 out of 10. Okay, so what I was going to say about season 1
main character
and May, I think what happens when you cast somebody, the actor, when they overperform, right? You're like, oh, we got something good here. Like they did with May. That maybe they didn't expect. They maybe in the latter episodes will write in a little bit more. Turn if you noticed with her, they kept bringing her back in. She kept being a little more and more important towards the end. That's a good example of them scenes getting lightning in a bottle that they didn't know what they were going to have during the casting, during the pre-production. It's like literally on set they're looking at dailies. You know what dailies are, guys?
Yeah.
Lily?
No, I don't know what that is.
Okay, so dailies are what shot your let's say we're working on a TV show or a movie, and we shoot all day long, and the producers and execs, whatever, look at what shot later on that night or over during the night, whatever. Those are called dailies. So I think the creative team saw the dailies and saying, "Oh my God, this May is excellent. Let's give her some more." Now that being said, I honestly believed Renata and her people were probably pushing for more of this garbage, which is why they shoved in some of that stuff that seemed totally out of place. So that's just my take. I think I hope we get more Zorro, Bernardo, and May adventures, and say goodbye to most of those characters from season 1. That'd be really cool. That would be, I'm gonna say, even for season 2, do a total turnaround and don't even come back to California for like at least half the season, and you're in different settings with Zorro. That might be interesting. But don't make it about any social injustice agenda, caca. All right, final thoughts. Final thoughts, guys. What are we doing? Let's wrap it up. And what do we got on Midnight's Edge Espanol?
What are you doing, Lily?
I have to take a look and see what's happening right now. There's a couple of things I have my eyes on. So yeah, just expect more shorts on what's going on in popular culture, and we're gonna I'm gonna try to throw in a couple more things like I did with the award season with Latinos, and kind of focusing on I would like to focus on a lot more actors too, and kind of seeing what projects they've got going on, and to kind of like, to me, to kind of show that like, hey, we have a lot of variety here, we have a lot of talent. And I don't think a lot of people really see that, and it did bother me as I was doing the research for these award shows, how long it is between Latino actors that they get nominated or even win. And I'm like, how is that possible with all of the talented people that we have? Like, that's so I'm gonna make that a little goal and see if I can pick some actors here and there to kind of do little shorts on or videos on stuff that they've got coming up, just so people kind of know.
That's nice.
Yeah, Lily's been great, and hopefully her role keeps growing with us and on Latino Slant as well. Fletcher.
All right, this week we got renowned actress Maria Russell on the week, and we're going to hit more news stories that are developing, and you're going to want to tune in because we're going to bring in all the spice this Monday to the week.
Yeah, we started watching that first episode of Jury Duty. Oh my God, that show's funny. That is funny stuff. Okay, we're going to do a hard out, guys. We're going to say a hard out. We thank you guys so much. Make sure you are subscribed to Midnight's Edge Espanol, the Latino Slant. And then we're going to work on our live show, which is just going to be these two jokers and different topics of the day. Okay, take care, everybody. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Adios.
Bye.